Hi everybody, good evening and welcome to this webinar, this episode of webinar. I thank you all for whoever is watching from the live streams and whoever is there in my Zoom direct call or in YouTube. Welcome to you all. So you might have spent your time today evening, Sunday evening somewhere else, but you are here. So I'm thankful to you for that. And there are a few ground rules with which we'll start. Like I would need your 90 minutes of time to say whatever I have to say. So the complete story takes 90 minutes. So if you have something, I hope that you have cancelled all other engagement and you will be here for 90 minutes. So unless you are here for 90 minutes, you will not know what the complete story is. So I'll request you all to be here for 90 minutes. The second thing is take a notepad and pen so that you can take notes. You know, small or big, anything and everything can teach us something in life. So every day, whoever, like say it is not your mentor, not your teacher, not somebody, but every day if you start listening to keywords, no, whatever is going on inside your mind, if that you get to listen somewhere else, that means it is a hint from the universe for that particular wish that you have. So this is a hack that I am giving you. So similarly, if I'll resonate with some words in your mind, whatever is going on, if I reflect those words, then you should know that that particular thing is a hint from the universe. It is not me. Through me, the universe is connecting with you. So take a pen and paper and definitely you need to write all those down. The second thing is please note all your questions towards the end so that we will take them one by one, right? So these are the two questions. Let me share my screen so that we can start our journey today. Just give me a sec. It's taking some time. So today we'll be sharing about 10 strategies to create a miraculous mindset for clarity, fulfillment, and accelerated growth. What do I mean by a miraculous mindset is there are small tweaks which you need to do in order to get a different mindset which will actually see the opportunities, the opportunities, the chances, and the coincidences, the connections, the links, right? Unless you have a clarity in your mind, I have seen so many of my clients who actually are so focused on problems, they can't see solutions, you know. So when a person is very problem focused, even if the solution is in front, he will not be able to see that. So this is what we'll be striving for today. And who this is for anybody, actually especially the working professionals, I take them, and working professionals who are stuck and feeling unfulfilled. So why you think you are stuck? Because you may think that these are the regions, rewards, expertise. Let me make it full screen. So leadership growth is the ultimate thing that you should learn to see the opportunities where. So if you start seeing the opportunities, that is when your leadership growth happens, start happening. So recognition, uh, incentive, salary raise, promotion, opportunities, reward, all these things you think. that these are the reasons why you were stuck. And I don't disagree with you, but let me tell you about 10 formulas which are counter to those things which make you stuck. So potency, progress, perception, process, partnership, passion, pattern, performance, poignancy, and puzzle. These are the 10 formula I have created so that we'll know only these 10. If you can take care of, then everything will go all well, because your focus will be on these 10 consistence formula only. So the starting point is resume. So most of you are here because you have lost your job, or due to COVID, or because you are looking for a job, right? So resume is the first thing. So there are few things for a resume. Restrict it into one pager. Mention about 5 strengths area. Yesterday only I was speaking to somebody who told me that he was asked some questions in depth, of which he has just 10% of knowledge. So he thinks it is 10% of knowledge. There will be more than that if you start inquiring yourself, right? So if you have 10%, how do you know 10%? How do you know for sure it is 10%? Because you don't have the confidence, right? So that confidence we need to build up. How we will build up, that is the technique that I'll share. So these are the 5 things you need to mention. And the 6th is emphasize the strength in order of priority. So your resume is your resume. Whatever work experience you have, right? But in the resume, in the experience section, you describe your work and achievement and everything, right? So what you can do is you can change the order according to the priority. Suppose it is project management. So describe everything in your resume during those experience description, that everything that it centers around whatever is asked for, right? So make that this is a skill you have to do. The and need to have multiple resumes, because for every job profile you can't apply with the same resume. If you are applying for say 6 or 7 jobs, then the same resume, because you have to choose your strength area, right? You have to rearrange your strength area according to 1 2 3 4. That is why you have to keep your resume 3 4 7 6 version of your resume. So this is about resume. The second is role. What role you are looking for? Design the resume as per the role, as I said. If it is for project manager, your resume should be designed for that particular role. How much experience you have, it doesn't matter right now while you are designing, right? Align and integrate experience. Some related thing you have, like say suppose you have customer relationship, that is one experience. So how going through your project management experience, how you have done that customer experience to enhance, and you are the key person who was doing this customer relationship thing, that you can tell. And how you can integrate is, it is a storytelling process, how your role had been important in that particular job profile, that you need to define, and that is what you will do. Third is cover letter. As many resume you have, that many number of cover letters you need to have, because for every cover letter, every profile that you were applying for, you need to have this many cover letters, you have to explain, right? So everything you uh, just a minute. So every resume should have a cover letter. So multiple cover letter. Every cover letter should not be more than 10 lines. So whatever Ramayana Mahabharata you have written down in your resume, it has to be put into a background story inside your mind that has to be rearranged. It doesn't have to be put in the resume itself, because nobody can read your resume. Suppose it is a job where 100 people are applying. How many resume do you think the HR person is going to read? Because she has to scrutinize this resumes quickly and decide who to call, right? They will decide who to call. So they are not going to read every resume. If 5 to 6 pages she has to read carefully, with thought and process, then she will take at least say 5 to 6 hours. So that means one day gone. So 100 resumes means she will have to read 100 resumes. Sometimes 100 is very less. Now it is, there are a lot many resumes. How many can she read? So if it is very crisp one pager, she can quickly read through. She can decide instantly that this is the correct person or not, and then she can take a decision, and she can convey you a decision, right? And should describe your main strength. So how main strength means, which one is the main strength? The role that you are applying for, because for that role the resume that you have written will have your that particular strength as the main strength. So how this main strength is going to do justice to this particular role, that you need to describe here. What makes you the best candidate? That is what you will write inside the cover letter. So it has to be in 3 sentences. You can write this. Then contacts. Suppose you are going for a job in a particular company. Why do we have contacts in LinkedIn? Because we want to know the work culture of that particular company. We come to know about many companies, and we start having a dream how to work in that company. But do you know the work culture? So it is very sensible to first know the work culture. How is the work culture? So, and very big organizations might not have those good work culture, right? So just be careful, take sufficient feedback from beforehand, and multiple and different levels. So these info will come from the contacts that you develop. So if you go for randomly any company and every company, you will not have this kind of information that you should have. Every company likes the candidates to have sufficient knowledge about their company, right? So if you want someday to work in these companies, you need to cultivate that knowledge. And how you do? You can do with contacts. And these contacts have to be at multiple levels. So maybe the finance manager, maybe your first level contact. The second level can be the COO. The third level can be the CEO. So it depends on how you have approached these contacts. And essential for networking. Suppose in that particular company, no vacancy is going to happen for the next 6 months or so. These people will be instrumental in giving you contact of another company and some clue also, right? So profile is look for the next position. So whatever position you are right now, you should apply for a notch up position, because otherwise people will suspect as to why you are leaving for the same position, leaving your current position, current company, and going for the another company. So that creates suspicion. So always try to apply for a higher position than what you are in. For that to happen, you have to have those kind of skills. So what skills will be required for that higher position? You need to add, keep on adding those skills. And how, suppose this particular vacancy comes up very quickly. Suppose tomorrow you decide to join that company tomorrow and it has come a higher position has been advertised and you are supposed to apply there. How do you compensate? Right? So you need to have a strategy. How do you compensate? Suppose something happens very quickly. Anything and everything can change in a matter of minutes. And it will depend as to how much confident you are. That will depend on whether you will be recruited or not. Right? So what is your superpower? What I mean by superpower is your superpower, right? Your own strength. So how do you, those are the innate strength, the strength that you have been born with. Write down the legacy statements. That is how you will know your superpowers. Test I will give in a second. And aptitude at 10 to 13 years of age. What did you like then? Which subject you like? Which subject you like in college, right? Then that will decide your superpower. So always go for jobs which are around your superpower. That will make you contribute the most. Self-image is which personality do you follow? So which compare? So if you observe the personality that we follow, normally we want to copy that personality. So which personality? And what traits do you like in that personality? What you are, how you are better. This should be how you are better. How are you identical? Where, how you are better, how you are identical. Who do you leads? Uh, yeah. And how do you plan to lead? So the kind of people that you want to lead, you also have to write that down. What will be their capabilities, and with those capabilities, how your performance is going to be better, that you need to write. And how do you plan to lead? So suppose they are exceptionally talented people, so you need to have some kind of superpower, self-image, right, to lead those people, right? Then stories. How many stories do you know about yourself? So if you do those personality tests, you will see you will have 5 strengths. Then you will have 5 weaknesses also. Weak, the moment you have 5 strengths, you will have 5 weaknesses. But those weaknesses can be altered into strengths. So those we call as altered strengths. Then you have 5 personality traits, right? Then one skill and one competence. If you have some experience, then you would have developed one competence. So how many uh, aspects, traits you have developed? It is 70. So take one strength, take one altered strength, take one personality trait, one skill, and one competency. Taking all this, it will make you more than 7 lakh stories. You know, all this permutation and combination. It is particularly combination. So it will make you over 7 lakh stories are there for you. So each moment you are actually creating a story. Do you know that? How many stories do you know about yourself? Then the companies, the dream companies, you need to list down those dream companies that you want to work for someday and why they are your dream companies. If you know why they are your dream companies, then you will start exploring about those companies. What is the extent of being the right fit? How you are the right fit? And the X factor. X factor is something very unexplained. Who you can be. So how you can explain your X factor? So out of 10 candidates, somebody is chosen with the same performance. What what will be defined? Like say how it will be defined? It will be defined because of X factor. And X factor comes with the aspect that you define yourself, who you can be in future. Right now, whatever you are, what is the person that you are aspiring to be. Then what the company can become, what you can become, and what the company can become, and why you should work here, and how you can make the difference. If these four things, if you can explain, then your job is done. Always do these four things amongst in the interview, right? So these are the 10 things. Now points, let us examine. Like say our existence is basically three aspects. It has three aspects. One is self, one is people, and what people will think, how posterity will remember you. So the first, perception by self, is self-image. Perception by people is how people think about you, and how the future generation is going to think about you. These are the three things which is the center of our thought process as to why we are looking for whatever we are looking. So our strategy is resourceful influencing. Influencing strategy number one. Being resourceful is about utilizing existing resources in an optimum way. So I'll give you one example. Uh, I was in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, and there was no food with the people for more than 3 months. And I was asked to give them an alternative livelihood solution. So what was what would have been my resources? My resources have been the knowledge of the alternative livelihoods, how to implement it, and what should be my tools. Like say, what should be the budget, right? So budget was available. Like I didn't have any organize or any agriculture. Agriculture was decided to be the alternative livelihood solution. I didn't have any experience of agriculture. And the third thing is I didn't have any manpower, trained manpower, because it is a center of the forest. Nobody is going to come to that remote area and stay there and work. So what did I do? What I did was I trained the people existing there. So what do they need? That one I assessed. And how did I train them? I learned it from the KVKs and the horticulture department. And whatever I learned, I experimented in the field along with those farmers, the local people. That is how we actually created the solution, alternative solution. So this is what resourcefulness is. When there is no solution available, you create a solution, and when the whatever resources are there, even if they don't look like resources, you can create most out of that, right? And being resourceful under multiple circumstances influence. So when you always solving problems without any resources, for you those are resources available, for others there is no resources available. You are in under severe conditions without resources for others, right? So this will kind of influence those people. Who are those people? Those people are your seniors. This person is always going to create solutions, so that will be your reputation. So these are the two strategies that you can take. The truth about resourceful influencing is, why you should choose is, in the COVID situation, Tony Robbins, the celebrated management guru, right? That person actually told that the big companies like IBM and others, these people are not going to hire highly educated people, people with high academic skills. They will hire average people and train them and get their work done. In any case, during COVID situation, the higher qualified people, they were laid off, right? Because business was not happening, and these people did not have work to do. So this was the truth, one of the truth. And resourceful, and who were retained? The people in the mid career level who actually didn't have much academic excellence. They didn't have that strategic vision that much, but were able to keep the companies, the organizations afloat. Those people were retained. So ultimately, these people won recognition and growth. And resourcefulness create resilience, because you are not never say you are not going to say die ever. You are consistently persistent. Then that is what resilience is. You persist despite repeated failures, because you are going to get the solution. That is the conviction you have. Third is, because you have that conviction, you overcome any struggle. So the struggle, the challenges will not come in the same way all the time. The challenges will be different, but you can overcome that. And struggles and unravels relevance. So when you are struggling at till you get the solution, you are struggling, right? That is what people think. So you are the person who is willingly struggling, and this person who always gets to a solution. This is what relevance is. This is, after relevance you will create influence, right? And staying relevant without feeling burnt out is the trick to reach beyond, right? So the influence path is, first differentiate yourself, how you are different. Then you recognize the other person also is different, and also supplement with him, like say make a team, form a team, and do better. So that wins admiration of another people. Resilience builds credibility. So because you are resilient, that is how your reputation will be formed. And once your reputation is established as the most dependable person, you are standing out. You always get the growth and recognition. So it is as simple as that. And these three secrets of resourcefulness is managing self. As well as we just now see reality check, where we need to manage self. The second is manage people, and third is manage time. So if we can manage ourselves, we can manage people and manage time. These are the three secrets with which we can be resourceful, right? So who you can become at the end of this training. So you can create 100 success stories of your career in just 7 days. So already those 7 lakh stories have been created in your life, which you don't know. You will just discover them in 7 days. So there will be a training in which we will you will be given frameworks, you will create those stories, and then we will edit them into finer stories, because those will be, like say, frameworks are frameworks, right? So you will just fill up those things, and your story will unravel. This is the first thing you can do. And what you will do with this 100 story, your confidence level will go up, your communication level will improve. The second is win over your boss in 3 days without bothering. So everybody says how to win over boss. They think that it is the bothering which helps. Without bothering, how your mindset will be different now. You will be thinking differently. So with that changed mindset, you will approach your boss, and the boss, if you are always in conflict with that boss, you can offer him something of his interest and win over him. This one you can become. Thirdly, so here is, let me tell you a bit about myself. How am I telling, what is my authority to tell you that I can train you this way? So far I have trained 18,000 professionals to impact about 1 crore lives since 2008, and they are doing great themselves, enhancing people's lives in many ways. 18,000 people already I have trained, so that is why I'll train. And in everybody there are 2 skills, so don't despair. Even if you don't know, this will come out in the training. The third is become a go-to person in 21 days. What do you think you need to do? to be a go-to person. You need to practice empathy, right? You need to understand the other person's problem and find out a solution. As it is, you are going to find out a solution under every condition, right? So why not find out a solution for the other person, your teammate also? So you can become so in 21 days. And design your leadership style in 90 days. So here employees stay when they are. So their attrition rate is a big thing in any industry right now after COVID. So the sustainability of companies are at stake. So people are leaving and they are making quick choices right now because everybody is hiring, because attrition is happening everywhere. So people are from one company, it is easy, it has become easier to jump to another company. Now employees stay when they are paid well, mentored, challenged, promoted, involved, appreciated, valued, empowered, on a mission, trusted. So your leadership style, according to your situation, what is your problem? Why employees are leaving according to you? If you have to figure out, then figure out that, and your leadership style will be around that, right? Then when you are figuring out your leadership style, the four factors that matters is what is your attitude, right? Given all the skills that you have, everything is fine, but what is your attitude? It defines your personality. Habit strengthens credibility. So the people that you are looking for to lead, those people will be looking for these four things. Action enhances dependability, whether they can depend upon you or not. And perception creates reality, right? So suppose there is a quarrel. So if you are along with those people, then you will see as much as those people will be seeing. If you are climbing up to the third stair or fourth stair, you know, you will be looking at better things. You will have a better view of the entire situation. So your perception changes as soon as your thought level goes up. And how your thought level goes up creates your reality. The glass half full or half empty, both the things are real. So what you believe, glass half full is optimistic, glass half empty is negativity, right? So it decides your reality. Think the reality doesn't change, but it is your perception which makes the reality change. And that will allow you to proceed further, right? Continuing on that story, who you can become. If you have a problem of productivity, like say you are not able to, whatever you start, you cannot finish, or you cannot start at all. So 100% productivity, 24 hours. Within one day, you can become 100% productivity provided you follow all whatever I see. These are very simple tricks. That is why they can be done in 24 hours. You know, your mindset is such, it doesn't allow you. It is that mindset which will be tweaked within 24 hours and you can be 100% productive. Next is monetize one skill in 30 days. So any skill, especially digital skills, these are very easy to know, and these are skills which can be monetized. So anything that you want to learn, at least this Facebook ad campaign, uh, how to write a copy, how to do a landing page, at least these many things I can teach you here. So you can monetize one skill, but we need to find out what other skills you have, right? Whether we can monetize those or we can link them to other sources where you can monetize that. Because nowadays, no, it is things are very dynamic, things are changing like like nothing, like it has never been. So if it is changing, you never know. No, if you read once upon a time, 30 years back, if you study history, everybody would have told you that there is no future in history. Now, what is happening? People are going for history, social science, and they are getting into, like, say, bigger positions, right? Everything has a relevance right now. So, any skill that you have, that can be a skill for the, suppose people, like, say, students are very, they are very hesitant to read history. But if you like history, then you can have a way to teach history, right? So a thing as simple as that can be monetized. Next is establish a tracker that triples your income within a year. So how to build that tracker? You know, whatever you track, that multiplies. Whatever you track, if you track your capability, it will increase. If you track your skills, it will increase. So if you track your income, it will increase. So how to make that tracker, and with what faith, right? It is such a simple thing, but people can't figure out that. Start living 4 days week from next week. So we will do something and take care of your mindset. What is your resistance? Why you are not able to do a 4 days week? Let us see. Even if you have 5 days week, work week in the office, still you can do a 4 days week. How we can do that? Let us figure that out, right? Become an insightful person in 21 days. So how you would become insightful? If you write down your insights, right? So how you gain your insights? Like I said, 7 lakh stories you have already done. Whether you know it or not, you remember it or not, 7 lakh story has been done. What are those stories? Insights, right? You gain something, but you don't remember. So it will take another 21 days for you to start remembering those stories, and actually will frame in such a way that it will remind you of many things within 21 days. If you form that habit, actually you can remember most of the things, even if you don't remember something. What will happen is you will have that habit, and you can, from now on, you can come, right? Who you can become, turn a global dream into a reality from next Sunday. So global dream is what? Let's say reducing carbon footprint. That is a global dream. So whatever your habit is, you can start thinking from tomorrow onwards, right? You can start thinking from tomorrow onwards. That will slowly, for every change, it starts that much. So which one you will choose is your say, it is your concern, right? I cannot see that, but whatever you choose, we can give a roadmap to that. That one we can do. So characteristic of a resourceful mindset is they 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 can recognize existing opportunities. They appreciate the ongoing difficulties. They know their own strengths and their people's strength, and they are aware of their weaknesses and others' weaknesses, and they follow a proven discipline. And the five thing is gratitude, imagination, visualization, exercise, reading. These are the five things I learned from another client of mine. And yes, action points are Observe, reflect, rectify, tweak, create the daily wins. This is one clue as to how you can create your daily wins and be in a positive mode, right? My backstory. So why you will do what you are doing? You can become positive, you can become creative, and you can become more. Each of us do that, right? Each of us look for that. And this if you are an original thinker, you can at any time you can become an original thinker and innovator. And what I call is peace, green, and abundance initiative. That is my vision, right? You can formulate your vision, and the basic thing is positivity, creativity, and to become more. This will take you into another world where you can add value to the entire system, organization, and the world every day, right? My mission is to impact 1 billion lives with 1 lakh super performing global players in 139 countries with multi-billion dollar enterprise. Why I have this big vision? You will see that it is an audacious goal. Now, if I don't have my eyes on the stars, I cannot reach to the moon. That is why I have kept one big goal, big mission for me. And unless it is a mission, it will not inspire me to work on this. And my system is Resourceful Influencers Club. A first experience of resourcefulness, how I know is I designed a HR policy because in that HR workshop, the organization I represented to didn't have a HR policy. So I designed it there and it impressed everybody, you know. So even if you are not from HR background or agriculture background, you can do significant thing which will come up in someday. Industry data says people, if you are stuck, and that is why you have come here. When people are stuck, they usually the salary, relationship with boss, work conditions, supervision, relationship with peers are the main reason. That is what the industry data says. But do you know why people start having these problems? At least 30% they are responsible, right? To have that kind of salary, to have that relationship with boss, work condition, they are also responsible. So what happens when you are stuck and if you are at a senior position, the more senior you are, the more time it takes to get a job. And the industry research says the time when you are stuck, you actually work at 20% productivity level. So if you are for 5 years, if you are working at 20% productivity level, you have wasted 5 precious years of your life. Do you realize that? And if you have wasted that many years, of course you will be stuck. You will be unfulfilled, right? Besides, like say, contributing nothing to the company where you have worked. So I did a market research. Actually, why people do like this when they are doing like this? What is their contribution to this? So I have found out that people have named different things. If you see to the right side of the thing, it is unsure of next course of action, lack of consistency, relationship with spouse, self-doubt, motivation, inspiration, lack of this, friction with friends, lack of self-acceptance, and all these things also have another reason why they are there. So it all boils down to the mindset. So how you think about certain situations is what makes you do something, and once it is like that, you behave in a certain way, and once you behave in a certain way, these are the results happening. So how to deal with this? What I have done is, as I told you, 10 strategies. I have listed down all these problems into 10 categories as well, right? life decisions that you have taken, work decisions, competition, communication, confidence, colleagues, learning a skill, embarking on a big vision, managing time, fail forward. So these are the aspects we need to, if we can deal with all this about ourselves, our mindset will be super. And once our mindset is super, we can deal with any problem. So this is my blueprint where I have listed down those 10 solutions which I told you in the beginning, and these are the AHAP catalyst which will offset even if you are perfect with these 10 things. So simultaneously, the smaller, if the bigger gear doesn't work, if the smaller gear is not working, right? So let us focus on this. This will be the way we'll be dealing any of our problem. So these are the tests you can take once you are you ask for. Once you take this, then the first test, the strength test, it will result in this kind. It will give 5 strengths, right? Strength 1 will be described like this. I have described for a client. Strength 2, strength 3, and those 5 strengths will be given. So 5 strengths done. Then you will do the personality test according to that link. It will give you 5 traits. So introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging, assertive, right? It will give. Then these are the traits. What are you? There will be 4 categories. Every category will have positive potential and negative potential. So these 4, out of this 2 will be like this only. And then you will have direct supervision, probable annual package, and job satisfaction. That we will uh, define in according to your personality. It will be here, right? Then strategic positioning. Suppose you go for a new job, then or anywhere, how you will position yourself, how to sell your idea and personality to any new job that you are seeking, assuming that you are going for a new job, right? So here are the steps that you subtle assertion. How do you do that? First, who you are. Second, you can solve, how you can solve the problem. Third is what you are passionate about. And fourth is why you are the best person. These are the things you need to convey to the interviewer time and again. So this has to be done in a subtle manner so that the other person doesn't think that you are selling yourself, overselling yourself. So you need to have a skill, you need to have a certain way of conveying all this. These are the 4 things: who, how, what, why, right? So you have to remember this. The second is strong conviction. You should have a conviction about what you can do. Then here also who you are is very important. What you have acted so far, your conviction comes from your experience, right? Whatever experience you have. So what you have acted so far, you have to tell. The interviewer, after listening to you, he will ask some question. How are you saying that you can solve this problem? Then what you will say? You will say, Ki, sir, this I have already done. This problem already I have solved. So based on that experience, I am telling you that this will be my solution. Then how you can replicate prior experience, this one just we discussed, that how here in this particular situation, like say he will tell, acha, that situation was very different now what, how you can solve this problem. So this is again you will explain. Then why you think that your trick will help, this has to come from your conviction. Why whatever trick you are giving, see, you might not have any idea about how to solve that problem, but you will have some idea about the solution, right? Because this is a new place, you don't know, you have come for interview, you haven't started working here as yet. How would you know this place or how these people work? So what you will tell is, you will explain certain presumptions. You will have certain presumptions. It comes from your conviction कि इस तरह से करेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा, right? The third is suitable obsession. तो सामने वाला आपको देख के he should be convinced कि this person, अरे ये तो कर लेगा. So this person should be able to do. So again, who you are, how you can continue doing the same, what you have learned so far, and why you should be allowed this choice. So एक example देते हैं. When I started working at Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, you know, it is a tiger reserve. And when I took that project, nobody was taking that challenge. So I took that challenge. So everybody started, that is why people started appreciating. तो पहला तो मार लिया मैंने, right? Now, when I went there, वहां पे like say agriculture solution was to be given to those people, or people were not ready to come out of their villages. So what I did was, I took the solution, उनके village में ही जाके उनको सिखाना शुरू किया. So when I looked for another choice, बांधवगढ़ वहां पे 4 साल मैंने काम किया, 4 साल का conviction है मेरे पास. Now anybody, do you think anybody will refuse me if I ask for something? So this is something called obsession, pagalpan. You should have that pagalpan inside you to convince the other person. अरे भाई ये तो पागल है, 4 साल जंगल में रही है, ये क्या नहीं कर सकती. So that conviction you should have, right? Subliminal orientation. कुछ होता है ना, like say when you start talking, the other person is understanding in a subconscious level. He is listening to your words and he is painting a picture about you in his subconscious mind. तो आप उसको, that picture should be very positive about you. So you should be very careful. कैसे, how you can be positive? आप ये बताओगे who the other can be. आप उनको बताओगे कि वो जो पर्सन इंटरव्यू कर रहा है, who that person will be once you give this solution. उसके टर्म पे बोलो. The other person is normally a very senior person, normally the CEO. If you are going for an interview for a very senior position or significant position, the interviewer will be your CEO, COO, all those senior people. So if you keep in mind and you will tell कि the CEO जो बैठा है आपको इंटरव्यू कर रहा है, वो क्या होगा as a result of your solution, and how the other can gain to support, कैसे उसका गेन होगा. Like say all the time, don't think of your promotion only. Think about कि उसका promotion कैसे हो जाएगा, उसका reputation कैसे बढ़ जाएगा, and all that. If you think this, then the other person is painting a very positive picture about you. Actually, you can do that. Because whatever your solution you are giving na, उसमें your the company will become very different than the others. And so you because your capability also is such, right? Why you should put trust on the other. Like say इसको भी आप indirectly if you will explain कि you promote why you should trust that person. You should tell that in a very indirect manner. It has a beauty to it. कैसे ये करना होता है. Then step 5, synergizing conversation. Sometimes the interviewer will ask you some irritating question, right? So don't get irritated there. You have to smile करके then take that conversation forward. किस basis पे करोगे? Who we both can be. Like say ये अगर हो जाएगा, then you will become this and I can achieve this. आप ये बोल सकते हो. What we can dream together about. Dream together में क्या होता है? Like say the betterment of the company होता है. So you will talk about the combined dream, right? The common dream. How the win-win situation can be formulated. This will be your trick. ये थोड़ा सा like say practical नहीं होने से भी चलेगा. if you have a dream as to how the other person will also succeed, थोड़ा सा dreamy अगर आप हो जाते हो, then also चलेगा. It will confirm that you are a पागल and you are a person with lot of dependability. अगर ये आप कर लेते हो तो, and then why you should be, you should put the other person first. आप ये बताओगे why the other person always is important. क्यों? Because you are a leader, right? Because you are a leader हमेशा puts the other person first. That is why. But practically जब interview हो रहा होता है, like say this, the other person should understand कि आपके that is in your blood, कि other person को importance देना आपके blood में है. It is automatic for you. So always think about these 5 things, right? So this is Moni Mandal, the lady who joined me as an HR executive. I headed the company in the HR division. I was the HR head, right? I didn't have any HR experience, but still, because I started thinking in this manner, I was given that position of HR head. So this girl joined me as an executive. She had become 6 years back, and she didn't have any experience. So I trained her to build familiarity with the process. This is the same process you also have to take while training your junior colleagues. So first the familiarity build kiya, so she started becoming confident. Then I gave her some independent handling of some charts, of course with my supervision, lekin without any micromanagement. She started handling, and when she did something, I appreciated her. That also increased her confidence. Support during learning, गलती हर किसी से होती है, so I supported. Then थोड़ा सा और कॉम्प्लेक्स टास्क दिया उसको. शी कुड डू समटाइम्स, शी कुडंट डू समटाइम्स. ये हर किसी के साथ होता है. मुझे भी मिल जाए, आपको मिल जाए, किसी को मिल जाए. समटाइम्स यू विल सक्सीड, समटाइम्स यू विल नॉट सक्सीड, बट दैट इज द प्रोसेस टू लर्न. इजी काम पहले करो, सेकेंड इजी उसके बाद करो, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स उसके बाद लो. Then exposure, how other people do the same work in differently. I'll give you one example. So I was dealing with 500 households at Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, and there was a study tour to Canada. I went to Canada. There was a teacher who was teaching about his experience of dealing with 35,000 households at Bangladesh. In 4 years he could do. So I was surprised. ऐसे तो 500 households नहीं संभल रहा है, कैसे होगा मैं बोल रही. But how did he do? So he asked me the same question. How do you think that I did? तो कैसे करोगे? The first year you will plan. So any work that you execute is 80% planning and 20% execution. If your plan is 80% होता है ना, then your execution takes very less time. So that was a mind opening, mind blowing, ball-one moment for me. So this is what I gave her. Exposure. Exposure actually creates a lot of, like say, your brain opens, your mind opens. Then she dealt with some difficulty. Then again I gave her a new assignment and repeated the same process again. HR में बहुत सारे काम होते हैं. So I started with say handling the PF वाला, then I gave her the training वाला, then I gave her the salary वाला. So this process was repeated. Then I gave her independent charge of doing the salary. Now she is the HR manager. Like say she actually handles everything on her own after I am gone from there. So how she handles? Because of her practice, no, under me, I trained her well. She is now the virtual HR head of that company. Although she will take some time because her experience is, she will take some years of experience to be the HR head. So this is my trip to Canada, and this is the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, the forest where I did herbal cultivation, and where I helped people, and she She won the CII 1.5 lakh cash award. And this is at Khuti, Jharkhand. Subodh Maji, he became a Panchayat secretary. This is in Meghalaya, where I installed the available solution like data card, and VSAT was operating out there. Normal broadband was not operating. I'm not from a technical background, but my focus was on solution. That is how I created this solution, and people were thinking कि ऐसा solution कैसे दे सकते हो? Like say, how could you think of this solution? Otherwise, Meghalaya connectivity से दूर रह जाता. So I told everybody, I still tell everybody कि भाई solution focus जब रहोगे, then whatever solution is there na in front, you start trying them. That is how you get to a solution, particular solution, and then you get to a success. ये करो पहले, and then there is a it was a project of 239 installation of 239 kiosk at Meghalaya. So there was I saw the money possibility, how these people can earn their livelihood, because these kiosk operators were not salaried people. So I created business plan for them. Not many utility things, utility bill payment and all that is happening nowadays online. It was way back in 2008 to 2010. So not much was happening then, but still I created a business plan wherein everybody was earning 2000 to 5000 per kiosk. So, and then back to Bandhavgarh. Here, what we did was we broke mustard production record. It was it like say these people were not getting more than 3 months of food. Kahan wo? And that day also came when these people broke that record, right? And this the then chief minister was Narendra Modi. He felicitated these farmers in a farmer convention. Farmer convention में 50,000 farmer आए हुए होते हैं. उसमें से these people were like say मतलब पहचाने गए, right? And इनका 4 लाख में 4 साल में they created a corpus of 36 lakhs. So this is possible within 4 years. Like say people say कि 70 years के बाद इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद भी लोग भूखमरी नहीं गई भारत से. If people like me are there, that is what I am trying to create. People like me are there, then भूखमरी भारत क्या पूरे ग्लोब से ही चला जाएगा, right? And this is the and her concept. It is not my concept, mind you. She won an award because she told that small capital is the key to get out of poverty. That was her idea. So she won that award, and the then industry minister, Mr. Anand Sharma, is felicitating her. And this is another farmer who won MS Swaminathan Research Foundation Award. This is a lady, she won an award from the Andhra Pradesh governor. And these are the two clusters the ladies formed, and they won 17 awards in 4 years' time. Plus, they became members of the district governing board, supervised by the district collector. So think of this: illiterate ladies, पढ़े लिखे हैं नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं जानते, but they decided the fate of their area by being the members of the district governing board. इतना तक जा सकता है कोई, पढ़े लिखे होने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. It is your mindset only which takes you or breaks you. And this is my colleague. He appreciates that she can tell, it's something, she is saying something in praise of me, that she has an uncanny talent to spot talent in others. And this is a grassroots worker. He is now the CEO of the farmer producer organization there. And some of the awards that I won, being the HR head, my organization won. I revived a dead watershed project in Khuti, Jharkhand. And when you have lot many, as a young person, you can actually sometimes do technology, sometimes do finance, sometimes you can do HR, sometimes do something. But after some time, it is time to go to depth, right? Rather than spread. So how did I come to depth is whatever agriculture, whatever mobilization, whatever experience I had, I promoted 11 farmer producer organization in Sikkim in just 3 months. One farmer producer organization takes 1.5 years to be registered. I did 11 in 3 months. So that is the result of the experience that I had gained over so many years. Then strategic partnership for community development impact. Now I work with 200 microfinance organizations which are 5,000 crore plus, right? And right now my tagline is, if somebody asks me what do you do, so I am working on, this is my global dream, right? So uh, out of those three tricks, the last trick is about being a global person. So my global vision is to create solar efficient, disaster resilient, sustainable, affordable housing to EWS. EWS is economically weaker section of the society. So I started this in Orissa. Orissa is a cyclone prone area. So how to build those houses? Kacha houses agar rahega, to every year the poor actually invest 20 to 40,000 rupees in repairing their house. Pakka houses agar ho jayega, then they can save this money. So to save that money, ये छोटा कदम तो नहीं है ना. If you are saving 20,000, हम अपने घर में अगर 20,000 एवरी ईयर सेव करते हैं तो इट बिकम्स ए बिग अमाउंट. सो गरीब के लिए भी तो होगा. सो पॉवर्टी, अगर आपको गरीबी हटाना है तो दिस इज व्हाट यू शुड डू. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. सो आई हैव ए नेशनल विजन, ऑल्सो एन इंटरनेशनल विजन. सोलर एफिशिएंट होने से कार्बन फुटप्रिंट कम होगा. दैट इज माई ग्लोबल विजन. सो यू कैन फॉर्मुलेट समथिंग लाइक दिस. छोटा सा भी आप कोई कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, लाइक से प्लास्टिक इधर उधर नहीं फेंकते. इफ यू कैन हैव दैट हैबिट आल्सो, यू आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टुवर्ड्स ए ग्लोबल विजन. सो start thinking like that. And this is net zero living, where I am addressing some conferences and all. This is what all about reaching beyond. So what all you should do in your life to reach there? First, to facilitate. तो दूसरे लोगों को काम करने के लिए यू शुड फैसिलिटेट कि आप तो काम करो फुल 100%. यू ऑल्सो शुड अलाउ द अदर पर्सन टू डू कंट्रीब्यूट 100%. क्यों नहीं होता ये? इसलिए नहीं होता बिकॉज हम अपने लेवल पे भी कोई पॉलिटिक्स कर देते हैं एंड देन वी एनकरेज पॉलिटिक्स. अच्छा वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तो किसी और को लगा दिया उसके पीछे कि वो और भी नहीं कर पाए. सो वी आर गोइंग अप, हमारा प्रमोशन हो रहा है तो दूसरे को दबा देते हैं ताकि हमारा प्रमोशन. इफ वी हैव दैट माइंडसेट, वी आर नेवर गोइंग टू रीच बियॉन्ड. क्योंकि हम वी कैन नॉट अर्न द अदर पर्सन्स रेस्पेक्ट. किसी का रेस्पेक्ट अगर आप नहीं ले पाए तो कैन यू फॉर्म ए टीम? टीम अगर नहीं होगा तो कोई बड़ा काम हो पाएगा नहीं. सो यू हैव टू स्टार्ट लाइक दैट. फर्स्ट, फैसिलिटेट. सेकेंड, इनोवेट. This resourceful influencing is everything about innovation. आप जो existing opportunities है, you bring those opportunities, discover them and fit into your system. That is innovation. Like ये VSAT और data card था. I didn't invent data card. I didn't invent VSAT. Those solutions were already there. उनको कहाँ पे लगाने से आपका काम हो जाएगा, that is innovation. Same way बांधवगढ़ टाइगर रिजर्व वेयर भूखमरी थी. सो क्या किया मैंने? एग्रीकल्चर के वहां पे एग्रीकल्चर डाला. दैट इज इनोवेशन. सो यू डू लाइक दिस. व्हाट एवर योर सिचुएशन माइट बी वेरी डिफरेंट, हम फाइंड आउट करेंगे कि कैसे, राइट? सिनर्जाइज. सो आपके पास कुछ स्ट्रेंथ यू विल हैव, सम स्ट्रेंथ द अदर पर्सन विल हैव, सम स्ट्रेंथ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल हैव, सम स्ट्रेंथ द अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल हैव. सिनर्जी क्रिएट कीजिए, देन बिगर गोल्स विल बी अटेन्ड वेरी इजीली. क्योंकि सब कुछ फिर आपको नहीं करना पड़ेगा ना. यू विल डू हाफ द वर्क, फिर भी आपका बड़ा गोल अचीव हो जाएगा. सो बड़ा गोल कौन अचीव किया? बोथ द कंपनीज किया, लेकिन हु फैसिलिटेटेड दैट? यू. सो यू विल बी द की पर्सन, राइट? सो ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट दिस. फोकस इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग. तो फोकस मीन्स आपको फोकसली होना है। आपको डिस्ट्रैक्शन बहुत सारे होंगे, कभी ये कुछ बोल दिया, अरे आप तेरे बारे में ना वो ऐसा बोल रहा था, आप अगर भड़क गए देन हो गया, राइट? सो यू डोंट हैव टू लिसन टू ऑल दैट, फोकस ऑन योर वर्क, स्टार्ट स्मॉल ऑलवेज। ताजमहल पहले दिन ही नहीं बना था, ताजमहल को लगे थे कई साल, आपको भी लग सकते हैं कई साल ये काम करते हुए, बड़ा सा विजन जो भी है आपका। सो स्टार्ट ऑलवेज स्मॉल। आप अगर मान लीजिए इट इज ए डार्क नाइट, बारिश हो रही है और आपको कहीं जाना पड़ेगा 10 किलोमीटर दूर, तो 10 किलोमीटर दूर में क्या है, हाउ वुड यू नो इफ यू डोंट टेक योर फर्स्ट स्टेप आउट ऑफ योर डोर? आपके घर से बाहर पहला स्टेप लोगे, देन आप गाड़ी शुरू करोगे, देन यू हेडलाइट लगाओगे, हेडलाइट में आपको अगले 500 मीटर दिखेगा, वो 500 मीटर आप चला लिए गाड़ी, देन नेक्स्ट 500 मीटर दिखेगा, फिर चला लिए तो 500 मीटर दिखेगा। दिस इज हाउ योर जर्नी शुड टेक एंड दिस इज हाउ यू विल रीच देयर। ऐसे करते करते आप रीच हो जाओगे ना। बट घर से ही नहीं निकलोगे, अरे यार इतनी बारिश हो रही है, वो 10 किलोमीटर लगेगा, कहीं रास्ते में पानी तो नहीं है बहुत ज्यादा, ऐसा अगर सोचोगे, यू विल नॉट टेक द फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑल्सो, राइट? सो स्टार्ट स्मॉल, फर्स्ट स्टेप एंड इंटीग्रेट। एज आई सेड कि कितना सारा एक्सपीरियंस जो मेरा था उसको लगा के मैंने कहीं पे एक बड़ा सा विजन डाला है, लाइक 9 करोड़ हाउसेस बनाना है मुझे इन द कमिंग 8 years। दैट इज व्हाट माय विजन इज। आप बोलोगे कि इतना बड़ा विजन है, ये कोई इतने सारे लोग नहीं कर पाए, ये कैसे कर दिया? भाई मुझे विजन बनाने में आप मना कैसे करोगे? सो इफ आई पुट दैट विजन देन ओनली आई स्टार्ट वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स दैट ना, कि कैसे करना है करूंगी। कितना सक्सेस होता है, हाउ डज इट मैटर? अगर मैं भी शुरू नहीं करूंगी कि इतना बड़ा काम है, तो हाउ कोई मेरे बाद आएगा, वो कैसे शुरू कर पाएगा? उसको तो फिर से शुरू करना पड़ेगा। सो इफ आई कैन टेक इट फॉरवर्ड टू सम एक्सटेंट, अदर पर्सन को इजी होगा ना काम करने में। दैट इज व्हाट लीडरशिप माइंडसेट इज, ग्रोथ माइंडसेट इज। इफ आज हम स्टक हो रहे हैं, अनफुलफिल्ड महसूस कर रहे हैं, दैट इज बिकॉज वी आर नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग मीनिंगफुली टू अदर्स लाइफ। हम अपने बारे में ही सोच के रह जा रहे हैं। वी डोंट हैव बिग एनफ ड्रीम, बिग एनफ विजन, राइट? एंड प्रायर एक्सपीरियंस को काम में लगाना है हमेशा। आप चाहे हिस्ट्री पढ़ो, मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ो, कुछ भी पढ़े हो, that will work because that would have given you some orientation in your life which will come in work। और आपको हमेशा वही काम मिलते हैं जो आप कर सकते हो, right? Always you will get those only which you can solve। तो आप कौन हो? You are a mixture of all your experiences। सो ऑल दैट एक्सपीरियंसेस आर वैलिड। वो इसलिए आपको मिले थे बिकॉज ये आगे जाके आपको काम में आने वाला था। सो नेवर डिस्काउंट वॉट एवर एक्सपीरियंस यू हैव, यूटिलाइज दैट। एंड हाउ टू यूटिलाइज दैट इज अ स्किल टू डिस्कवर। और जो भी एग्जिस्टिंग प्लस पॉइंट है, समझ, आपके ऑफिस में कुछ प्रिविलेज है, कुछ प्रोविजनिंग है, कुछ कुछ भी है, यूटिलाइज दैट। सिक्किम में 11 कैसे कर दिया मैंने? I did this in 2017। I did this 11 फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी, जिसको एक एक को 1.5 साल लगते हैं। हाउ कुड आई डू इन 3 months? बिकॉज एग्जिस्टिंग जो थे, प्रायर एक्सपीरियंस तो मेरे थे ही, एग्रीकल्चर एंड अदर थिंग्स और मोबिलाइजेशन के एक्सपीरियंस थे। बट व्हाट वाज एग्जिस्टिंग आउट देयर इज सिक्किम हैज बीन ऑर्गेनिक सिंस 2004। These farmers were always trained। that is a state like that। तो उसको मैंने फायदा उठाया। फार्मर्स ऑलरेडी मोबिलाइज थे, उनको ऑर्गेनिक का पता था, खेती कैसे करते हैं पता है। ओनली थिंग आई नीड टू डू इज कहाँ कहाँ पे है ढूंढ ढूंढ के निकाला एंड उनका एक बनाया एंड रजिस्टर कर दिया। हाउ मच टाइम डू यू थिंक इट शुड हैव टेकन? उतना ही ना जितना लगा। सो दैट इज व्हाट आई डिड। एंड बट एट द एंड ऑफ इट क्रेडिट किसको आया? मुझे आया ना। सो व्हाई नॉट डू दैट? ये जो प्रोएक्टिवनेस है थॉट प्रोसेस में, दिस कम्स इफ यू आर प्रोएक्टिव एंड थिंकिंग सॉल्यूशन एंड you are focused on solution, right? So right now I am working with Professor Nobel laureate प्रोफेसर मोहम्मद यूनुस के साथ, टू बिल्ड वेल्थ विथ स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस, बिकॉज बांग्लादेश इज ए पुअर कंट्री, वहां पे स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस ही होते हैं. बट समटाइम्स यू विल रीड द स्टोरीज लाइक बांग्लादेश जीडीपी से हमसे आगे है. Why that has become possible? Because these people are enterprising और उनको गाइड करने वाला ऐसे ब्रेन है. एंड राइट नाउ आई एम इन्फ्लुएंसिंग ऑल्सो. उड़ीसा में फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी को इन्फ्लुएंस किया कि भाई ये हो सकता है. नाउ देन राइट नाउ आई हैव स्टार्टेड माय डिजिटल जर्नी टू मेक इट पॉसिबल. अभी मेरा विजन जो है 1 लाख पीपल को पहुंचने का. हाउ डू आई गो अबाउट दैट? फिजिकली जाऊंगी तो डिजिटली ये पॉसिबल है. दैट इज व्हाई दिस वेबिनार आई एम डूइंग. आई हैव लर्नड हाउ टू डू वेबिनार. So this is my first mentor who actually recognized this potential in me and say you can do, and this is his mentor. So यहाँ पे जो कोचिंग होती है ना, कोचिंग में everybody is mentored by somebody else. सबका गुरु है, गुरु का भी गुरु है. So he is his mentor. उनका कोई सिस्टम है, उसको मैंने अभी क्लियर किया तो मुझे सर्टिफिकेट मिला है. एंड दिस इज अनदर मेंटर from Singapore. He also does some workshop which I attend. Then these are the 12 mentors from whom I am like say learning, right? बिना लर्निंग के आप कुछ भी किसी को बता नहीं सकते. So these are the 12 mentors from whom I am learning, and he is the mentor of all those mentors, right? He is from UK, and his name is Blair Singer, and he is the coach of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad वाले की. So इतने सारे लोगों से हम सीख रहे हैं, तभी जाके आपके पास आ रहे हैं. And these are some success stories of my clients. बहुत दिन हो गए टेस्टिमोनियल. And this is the father of microfinance in India, Vijay Mahajan, who has been my mentor as well. What he has to say? ये basically he is saying कि no matter wherever you are put, you can always find out the solution. That is what he is saying. इतना बड़ा आदमी जो इंटरनेशनल बंदा है, फाइनेंस कमीशन में रहा है कई बार. इफ ही कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स लाइक दिस, इससे बड़ा अवार्ड आपको क्या चाहिए, राइट? सो आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ दिस वट एवर. ये 4 लाइन में मुझे नोबेल प्राइज मिल गया टाइप का लगता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट. अभी रिसेंटली मुझे किसी ने बोला कि यू साउंड लाइक ए लाइक से पता नहीं कितने दिनों से आप कोचिंग कर रहे हो. सो आई वाज वेरी वेरी प्राउड, वेरी हैप्पी. सो इनवाइटेड टू पार्टिसिपेट. ये 23rd को उड़ीसा में एक पॉलिसी डायलॉग हो रहा है. सो आई हैव बीन इनवाइटेड टू पार्टिसिपेट देयर. सो व्हाट यू विल लर्न हियर, जितना सारा बोला वो सारे तो आप लर्न करोगे, बट दैट इज कमिंग अंडर 6 कोर्सेस. ये 6 बंडल है. एंड लाइक से ये बोलते अगर चली जाऊंगी, एक बार देख लो. How you can become unshakably productive, reflect, how to ask yourself self-assessment questions which will empower you, and how to find out your superpowers, and the 5 bonuses are power of within. आप अपने अंदर अगर पावर क्रिएट नहीं करोगे ना, then you are not going to get any solution. सो मॉर्निंग थॉट, जैसे ही आप उठते हो क्या थॉट आप में आता है, कोई नेगेटिव थॉट नहीं आए उसके लिए एक रूटीन है. देन बिल्ड ए बिग टीम विद डाइवर्जेंट बिलीफ्स एंड बिहेवियर. दूसरा बंदा आप जैसा नहीं होगा, उसके थॉट्स अलग होंगे, वो कुछ बोलेगा तो आपको पसंद नहीं आएगा, फिर भी यू हैव टू मेक ए बिग टीम. दैट यू नीड टू लर्न. चेंज योर वर्जन 10. जो जितना बड़ा आप विजन अभी लिख रहे हो, दैट माइट नॉट बी पॉसिबल विथ whatever you are right now, but अगर आप improve करते चले जाओगे रोज 1% किसी किसी एरिया में, then you will reach your version 10 who will be able to achieve. So that is why I talked about who you can become, right? और if आपके टीम में 3 लोग हैं जो 3 टाइप का बात करते हैं, आप कुछ बोलते हैं तो वो दूसरा कुछ बोलता है, तीसरा कुछ बोलता है, then you should think कि वो झगड़ा नहीं कर रहा है. Actually they are giving you divergent models. अगर आपका प्लान किसी वजह से फेल हुआ तो आपके पास 2 और प्लान है. So always think positive. Then the third is soul surge. आपका inner power आपके अंदर से आना है. Always remain a winner. कैसे? कोई एक डिसिप्लिन बिल्ड करके. Discover to become more. कैसे करोगे? उसको मैं डिसएंचेंटमेंट जोन बोलती हूँ, जहाँ पे आप अटैच नहीं होते। एंड कॉल योर हायर, हम बोलते हैं भगवान को बुलाओ जब आपका कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है, तो दैट इज व्हाट हायर सेल्फ इज। भगवान कहाँ है? आपके अंदर है। सो आप कैसे भगवान को बुलाते हो? राइज विथ ग्रेटिट्यूड, कि जो भी आपको मिला है बी ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट, एंड इंटेंशन एटीट्यूड, और ये होता है। देन कंटिन्यूअस अपग्रेड, ऑलवेज एक स्किल लर्न करो। पहला धीरे चलो, देन फिनिश द स्प्रिंट, मतलब फिर 100 मीटर्स का, पहले 5 किलोमीटर्स का, 5 किलोमीटर का मैराथन दौड़ो, फिर देन 100 मीटर्स का स्प्रिंट लो, देन यू विल बी सक्सेसफुल। ग्रिल एंड ग्राइंड टू पुट प्रोसेस फास्ट, रिजल्ट आता है, मतलब आपको लाइक से भारत पाकिस्तान मैच, कभी भारत जीतेगा कभी पाकिस्तान जीतेगा। अगर आपका प्रोसेस बहुत सही होगा, आजकल ओनली इंडिया विंस, क्यों? व्हाई? बिकॉज इंडिया का प्रोसेस तगड़ा है, पाकिस्तान का प्रोसेस नहीं है। क्या वहां पे टैलेंटेड प्लेयर्स नहीं है, बट बिकॉज प्रोसेस तगड़ा नहीं है तो विन नहीं कर पाते। वेस्ट इंडीज का क्या है? वेस्ट इंडीज में भी बहुत तगड़े प्लेयर्स हैं, बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू विन, क्यों? वो प्रोसेस तगड़ा नहीं है। और व्हेन यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, थोड़ा धीरे धीरे करके इंप्रूव कर रहे हो ना, यू शुड बी योर ओन कंपिटिटर। आप अपना रेस, अपना बार रेस करो। इफ यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, 5 फीट का हाई जंप लगाया, अगले दिन 5.1 का हाई जंप लगाओ, सो दैट इज व्हाट इज रेजिंग द बार, राइट? एंड पॉजिटिव एंगल माइंडसेट रिसेट करके। देन द मेंटरिंग, व्हाट आई टॉक, सेकंड रैंक नर्चरिंग, जो मैंने किया आपको समझाया। सो दैट इज द प्रोसेस यू नीड टू नर्चर। अगर आपके टीम में कोई फिश है तो आप उसको स्विम करने के लिए बोलो, रादर देन फ्लाई करने के लिए। हमारे यहाँ सिस्टम में क्या होता है, फिश को फ्लाई करने के लिए बोलते हैं, बर्ड को स्विम करने के लिए बोलते हैं। सो लाइक से हैव दैट ना सेंसिबिलिटी, कि अगर कोई फिश है तो उसको स्विम करने ही बोलो। recognize that capability in them and train accordingly. So beginner to master and star and beyond, this is the process you have to do for yourself. बिगिनर से हम सभी कोई शुरू करते हैं कहीं ना कहीं से, देन मास्टर बनते हैं, उसके बाद हम स्टार बनते हैं, और स्टार के बियॉन्ड भी जाते हैं। दैट इज अ प्रोसेस सबके लिए, आपके लिए, अपने जूनियर के लिए। Then get more by regular self evaluation, whatever is tracked increases. So आप अगर अपना, if you are tracking your development improvement कितना किए, तो it will increase, आपका कैपेबिलिटी इंक्रीज हो। सो रेगुलर सेल्फ इवैल्यूएशन कीजिए। देन एक्नॉलेज कंट्रीब्यूशन, दिस इज द बिगेस्ट थिंग दैट, कोई अगर आपके लिए कुछ करता है ना, से थैंक यू, 1000 टाइम थैंक यू। बोलने से आपका कुछ जाएगा नहीं, rather you will get earn respect from that person. And the final is joypreneurship. This is about monetizing a skill. जो भी स्किल आपके पास होगा उसको हम मोनिटाइज कर सकते हैं। आज के दिन में एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल। एंड देयर आर मेनी प्रैक्टिस बुक्स। प्रैक्टिस बुक्स मतलब ये सारे चीज तो मैंने बता दिया आपको, कॉन्सेप्ट है योर माइंड। वो माइंड को काम करने के लिए यू नीड टू हैव सम प्रैक्टिस बुक्स। सो हियर आर सम practice books I have created along this subject line. You will have these practice books. ये 5 to 6 पेज का है, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं लगता, and everything will not be. There are 30 practice books, right? This is a dream tracker. ये मेरा ड्रीम ट्रैकर है, like say that 1 billion impacting 1 billion lives in 139 countries वाला जो विजन है ना, उसका ट्रैकर है ये। लाइक से मार्च 28 तक ये मेरा अचीव हो जाएगा। सो दिस विल नॉट हैपन एग्जैक्टली द वे आई हैव डन, बट सम वे इट विल हैपन। आउटलाइन हमको करके रखना पड़ता है, सो दैट वी नो हाउ फार वी हैव रीच्ड। आज के दिन में देखे तो बहुत ज्यादा रीच नहीं किए, शायद मुझे पता नहीं है, क्योंकि कल जो मल्टीप्लाई होके आएगा ना, that will be as a result of whatever I have done so far. तो उसका तो पता हमको नहीं है, हम तो अभी से शुरू किए। ये मैंने दिसंबर 28 में शुरू किया था, एंड मार्च 28 में खत्म किया था। दिसंबर 20 से लेके अभी तक अगर देखेंगे, अभी नहीं पता है, लेकिन दिसंबर 28 से पहले जो किया है वो शायद मल्टीप्लाई होगी, अभी तक आ जाए और मेरा ड्रीम उससे पहले भी अचीव हो जाए। बट फर्स्ट वी हैव टू मेक सच काइंड ऑफ ए ट्रैकर। वर्सन जंप जैसे मैंने बोला कि आप हो सकता है कि 5% पे 10% पे हो, 100% पे जाने के लिए जो ट्रैकर है वो आपको करना पड़ेगा। सो क्रिएटिव एडवांटेज, 5 स्ट्रेंथ्स आउटलाइन बुक, ये रीलुकिंग सेल्फ, हमेशा ही अपने आप को देखो कहीं नेगेटिव तो नहीं हो गया। द मोमेंट यू आर नेगेटिव यू विल लूज पावर, ऑल योर स्ट्रेंथ विल गो। सो इसीलिए आप अपना स्ट्रेंथ बनाए रखो पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव होके, राइट। सो दीज आर द subjects on which practice books will be available. Credibility, drafting, dependability, हमेशा अपना सारा कुछ करते हैं बोलने से नहीं होगा। You have to be dependable, at the same time you will achieve your credibility. क्या चीज का credibility? Like say having done the work in time with everybody's help. So dependability को आप लिखो, एक्सरसाइज करो कि in what way you will seek help, right? These are the ways. Excellence, standing out in a crowd. So suppose you have taken this course, somebody else also has taken this course. That person has become he has become at 95%. You also are standing at 95%. How will you stand out in that crowd? ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग होंगे ना. All my clients will become 95%. अब how you are different? So that is what we teach here, standing out in a crowd. तो ये इसमें ये practices सब हम सिखाते हैं. Solve and resolve. Then consistency. Consistency as the root of everything. So when you start small and suppose it has become like say 2 inch bigger हो गया, उसके बाद आपने छोड़ दिया, so it will remain at 2 inch. अगर आप उसके ऊपर काम करते रहे then it will grow 5 feet होगा, right? So how do you do that? It is climb up the ladder with credibility. कैसे climb up करते हैं? These are the success practice books. Journaling, जैसे मैंने बोला, daily wins create करने के लिए you have to be observant, reflective, tweaking, all those things. How do you track yourself? By journaling. You have to write. So how do you document? कैसे करना है, वहां पे लिखना क्या है, जो भी अपना डायरी में लिखना है जर्नल में, वो कैसे करना है. So this is the practice books and these are all that you need to do. हम सिखाएंगे हर एक का practice books. Then growing beyond. So like this there are 30 practice books. Maybe कितना टाइम हो गया? I have talked enough. 9 बजने वाला है. So I'll tell you कि if you come here to my training you will get so much, and this will be like say everything will not be capable like say applicable to you for at one go. आज कुछ किया then you will need another bunch, but it will all be available to you once you come to my training, right? So let me show you the offer. ये offer जो है it is valued at 59,994. the main जो मेरा level 1 वाला है, I call that as Spark. If you come to my Spark level community, right? It is valued at 60,000 and the practice books $47 each. So it is 1,11,000 rupees. So it in total it becomes say 1,70,000 rupees valued at that. So if you take this right now, it is available at 5,999 only, right? So let me stop share. Now you can ask me questions if you have any question.